So personally for me, all right, I'm just gonna start. Please, somebody should let me know the moment it is okay. The moment it is 10:45, just let me know so that we can stop. Anywhere we have, we get to stop. All right, I don't want the classes to be very long so that people can go back and also just find time to rest. So if you look at GBP USD, all right, on GBP USD on the weekly time frame, all right, you will see that I mean something spectacular. In fact, most of my trades that have been taken since last week into this particular week, I mean they have just been just a very simple thought process. All right, one of the things that you should not, one of the things you should never ever get tired of is repeating the simple stuff. All right. I mean, if I tell you what I've just been doing, all right, and it's something that I can now, I'm just even doing it on my phone. I mean, I can just do it on my lap. I do it on my phone, my iPad, I can do it on the go, like literally just do it on the go. And that is one thing about trading. You want to be able to do it easily. So one of the things I do is that the moment I find my bias, all right, let's say we sweep the previous weekly low, we close above, the previous weekly high is still standing. I'm just paying attention to the 4 hours. Maybe if this is happening on the daily, there's only one thing I'm paying attention to the 4 hours. Either 4 hours will give to me a sweep and break, or the 4 hours will give to me a most recent breakout to the upside. Now, the moment I see this happen, all right, there's only two entry model that comes to my mind. Is either I'm using the plug and play, or I'm going to be using the confirmation entry. So confirmation entry is still the same entry that we use for building bias, sweep of this low, the high is still standing, price comes to the V-shaped key level and bounces up, right? But for plug and play, I'm looking for levels like this, all right? The moment I see that by 4 hours is already has confirmed the bias, for plug and play, I just focus on levels like this, any level that has sponsored a sell move before, got disrespected to the upside. I just play those levels, all right? I mean, I didn't share the NAS because there's a trader as well that I took on Nasdaq, Nas 100. Yeah, so I think that guy has moved. I'm not sure. Okay, yeah, it has moved already. All right, so I mean, I just took part in this particular. I think it was around this. Okay, it was this one, this A-shaped key level right here. All right, so I took a buy from this. And the reason why I took that particular level, right, there were certain factors that I had to put into consideration. All right. Part of the factors that I wanted to put into consideration was the fact that number one, we have our most recent breakout is to the upside. And I've told us that the first breakout is what creates internal liquidity. The second breakout is what creates your external liquidity, which is also going to serve as your what? The external liquidity, which is also going to serve as your target. All right. So if you look at what price has actually done here, so this is advanced market structure. You can see internal liquidity can be here. All right. But if you want to use single candle formation, you can use a single candle formation as this. But just for advanced market structure purpose, all right, you can put internal liquidity here. That is the first liquidity that is created after the first breakout or the breakout structure. All right. So the next thing is that I've told us that the market has two major responsibilities. And the two responsibilities of the market is to attack liquidity, rebalance, and hold imbalance at a specific pricing level. So the moment I saw that, okay, there's a liquidity here, there's also an imbalance here that needs to be rebalanced as well. All right, there's an imbalance here that needs to be rebalanced. So we can all spot this imbalance here that needs to be rebalanced. All right, so the next thing I'm doing is I'm pushing it to the left hand side to find a key level. All right, so we can actually find, I think this was even the one that I saw. This, I think this, either this or this. But I'll check. So around this area, so we had all of these key levels overlapping inside of this imbalance. All right. So what I'm just expecting price to do is attack liquidity, rebalance this old imbalance at a specific pricing level, and we just want to just ride it to the upside. And this one has already delivered already. All right. So if you look at the same thing on gold, all right. In fact, the only painful part is that I'm not in this expansion, this entire expansion, because I already took a buy this morning, which already delivered. So because yesterday something happened yesterday, myself and Kelvin King we were discussing, and he was telling me that since gold has hit this all-time high, there's a tendency that price is actually just going to continue to price is just going to continue to consolidate. So Because of that consolidation, I just kept taking 1 to 3, 1 to 3. Normally I'm just going to hold. What I'm just going to do normally is that I'm going to hold gold till it delivers. So I took a buy from here yesterday, right? I had two positions. I took this first buy, all right, because of this confirmation entry from here. All right, there's this confirmation entry from here. So I wanted to see price take out this particular high. But the moment I saw the way price was reacting from this particular area, I knew, not like I knew, right? I just trusted my instinct. So I closed this first position. This one was running at $2,000 profit. All right. So I closed this particular first one. All right. It was running at a $2,000 profit thereabout. I think 2.5, 2,000 thereabout, 2.5. All right. So I had another position again that was running around this area. I think the moment price came back to this entry again, all right, I got in I think somewhere around this area again. I was looking to still target this particular high. But the moment I saw this confirmation entry formation, I just knew that, man, this guy is not ready to go down anytime soon. He's not ready to go up anytime soon. So I just went break even. So this one hit me at break even. So I just knew that, I mean, what gold wants to just keep doing is just keep consolidating, keep consolidating. So I missed out on this first move that has happened. This one happened that was at 2 a.m. in the middle of the night. I woke up 2:39. So when I woke up at 2:39, I mean, price had already moved. I think around, yeah, around, this was around when I woke up, 2:40, 2:39 thereabouts. So price already moved. All right. But when you look at what price has actually done, you will see everything. All right. You can carefully see what price is actually doing. If you look at it structure wise, you can see we have a lower low, we have a lower high, we have a lower low, we have a lower high, we have a lower low, we have a break of structure. All right. So you can see that this was the place where we had the break of structure right here. But when you look at where price is actually coming from on Saxo, you can see a very clear price action. But when you come to brokers like Owanda, you will see that opening gap, there's an opening gap from Sunday. Price came to rebalance that gap. All right, price came to rebalance that gap. Then it gave to us a move from here like this. So the moment we had this first confirmation entry from here, price started to move. But you can see structurally we had a lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. We had a break of structure. Just immediately after the break of structure, all right, you can see from here what price did. Um, you can see from here, all right, we swept the high of this particular candle, which is the high of every bullish candle is going to be an external liquidity. So we swept external liquidity, started to reverse. And the next thing we did was that this particular imbalance here that was resting here, all right, this imbalance started here, all right, you can see the imbalance started here and it ended here. All right, so price came to rebalance the old imbalance at a specific pricing level. So you can see where price came back to rebalance that old imbalance from. The most ideal place to have even put it is this particular A-shaped key level because, I mean, it sponsored those sales, you know, this A-shaped key level sponsored the sales from here, got disrespected. You can see it overlapping inside of the imbalance. So what did price do after that? All right, so price came back to this particular level and overall, it made a whole lot of sense. All right, but I didn't get in on time here. I got in later in the afternoon today. All right, so got in later in the afternoon, took a 1 to 3, but I was really willing because my TP was at 5,200 thereabout. I think 5,200. All right. So, but if you look at what price did, and this is what I've just been trading. All right. Price gives to you, comes into a 4 hour level and daily level, or price sweeps a daily low. 4 hour gives to me a most recent breakout to the upside. And I'm just looking for key levels that have sponsored a move overlapping inside of an imbalance. And that is all I've been repeating back to back. So I think if you look at this move as well, you can see from here, advanced market structure, you can see lower low, higher low. We have this higher high, all right. Before we had a particular higher high, you will see how price broke out to the upside, all right. So if you see, advanced market structure tells us that the first breakout is what creates internal liquidity. So you can see that we had an internal liquidity that is resting here, all right. So we had an internal liquidity that is resting here. Then if you look at this first breakout creates internal liquidity, then the second breakout here, right? So now you need to pay attention to what's the candle formation, all right? If you look at this with, you know, if you look at it from the lens of candlesticks, you will not call this one a second breakout, all right? But when you move to the line chart, you will see that it's a clear breakout, all right? That is the second breakout because Breakout is supposed to be body by body, all right, not weak to body. So it's a body to body by body, body to body breakout. So we have a body to body breakout right here. So remember the logic behind advanced market structure. The first breakout creates internal. The second breakout is what creates your external liquidity. So because this one doesn't have a wick, so I wanted to use this place as my external liquidity. So there are two ways we can actually look at this. I took a buy from this. This was a trade I gave to me a 1 to 3. I went out immediately because I just felt like gold was still ranging. All right, it was not really ready to move. All right, so you can look at this from the lens of the type 1 of advanced market structure. You can also look at it from the lens of the type 2. All right, you can see the type 2 says that price gives to you the first breakout. All right, type 2 of advanced market structure tells us that price has gives to us only one breakout, but that one breakout is what still creates internal liquidity. All right, so if you look at it from the lens of this candlestick, we have a type 2. But when we look at it from the lens of the line chart, we have a type 1. All right, so when you see we have a type 1, look at what price did. So this was where I just played same thing that was repeated here. All right. So I looked at this V-shaped key level that sponsored a sell. All right. You can see this V-shaped key level right here. The V-shaped key level got disrespected. Now, you know the basics of key levels is that every key level should sponsor, every V-shaped key level should give to us buy momentums. All right. But you can see what price did here. All right. It got disrespected, gave to us a sell momentum, got disrespected to the upside. So if you pay attention to the mini structure that is being created here, you will find something very meaningful. All right, this is what you're actually going to find. You can see lower low, lower high. All right, so you can see this lower low, you can see this lower high, you can see the lower low, you can see the break of structure. So we pay attention to the candle that broke structure. All right, so after the candle broke structure, you can also see that there's a V-shaped key level that sponsored a sell, got disrespected, and that V-shaped key level that sponsored a sell that got disrespected is overlapping inside of the imbalance. So that reminds us of one thing, that the market is looking to do two things: rebalance and hold imbalance and attack liquidity. So look at what price came to do. If you look at it from the lens of the type 2, like I said, all right, you will see it from the lens of the type 2 that is using the candles chart. But if you use the line chart, you will look at it from the lens of the type 1. Overall, you find out advanced market structure. So price came, attack liquidity. My entry was exactly at that level. All right. So my TP was at, in fact, my TP was 5.3 or 5.250 thereabout. But I was not. I trusted my intuition again, and I was right. So my entry was there because of how gold has actually been consolidating. All right. So my entry was here. My stop loss was here. I think somewhere around here. All right. So the moment he gave to us a 1 to 3, all right, you can already see what made price to actually sell. All right, you can see this thing works like magic. You just have to pay attention to the stories. All right, so if you look at this price action: lower low, lower high, lower low. All right, so you will notice something from here. So let me show you why this guy sold. So when I took profit here, there's a reason why this particular guy sold. If you look at this, the structure wise, you will see we have a higher high, higher low, higher low, higher high. We have a break of structure, all right? Then I told you the first break of structure is what creates internal liquidity. The second break is what creates your external liquidity, which ultimately becomes your target. So you can see that we had a break of structure here. And that first break of structure can also be considered as a first breakout. The break of structure can as well be considered as a first breakout. So price broke out, created for us an internal liquidity. All right. I'm looking for price to rebalance and hold imbalance at a specific pricing level. All right. But I like to see levels that have been used before. So if you look at this QMR level, that is an A-shaped key level, you can see that um, this A-shaped key level has an history, right? People call it on fresh level. Now, this A-shaped key level sponsored a sell from here down to this point. At least it was respected. Got disrespected to the upside, used for buys again, respected, and got disrespected finally. So you can see where price came back into. So we swept liquidity, came back to the QMR key level, and we sold. So if you want to look at where we sold from, you can see where we sold into. We sold into a 2 hour level. This thing keeps repeating itself. So on the 2 hour level, look at this. This is a bearish open close that has sponsored a sell move. All right. Bearish open close that has an history of where price rejected from it, close below. That means that bearish open close was once respected. That now for a level that has been respected before or used before tells you that before it gets disrespected or after it gets disrespected tells you how strong that level is. So we have a bearish open close that has sponsored a sell move, got disrespected. It tells us that this bearish open close is quite strong. All right. So look at what price did. Internal range liquidity was swept. Price came back to this bearish open close. Now let's move and see if we had confirmation entry. So when we move to the 30 minutes, all right, you can see what we have. All right. You can see what I told you that there's only just one thing I'm constantly looking for, right, that I've been following. So if you look at this is a 2 hours level, all right, this is a 2 hour level. On the 2 hour level, you can see from here, advanced market structure again. Look at this lower low, higher low, breakout. This was the candle that led to the breakout. So internal range liquidity was created. So let's use this as the breakout, reversal internal range liquidity. But that is not what I want to see, or I want us to see. This is what I want us to see. Look at this. From that 2 hour level, you can see how price action delivered from here. Lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. We had a break of structure. All right. So the 30 minutes is showing to us that we are now even more bullish. All right. So if you look at this, we have a weak to body break of structure. All right. The next thing we can actually see is that we have an imbalance here that needs to be rebalanced. All right. So when we move to the light side, I'm looking for a key level that has an history, which means when I say history, I'm just saying that a level that has actually sponsored a sell or a buy move. If you look at this, can you see this now? So this is a repetition of every single damn thing. All right. So look at this. Bearish open close has sponsored a sell move. All right. Got disrespected to the upside. You can see it overlapping inside of an imbalance. And you can see what we call the single candle formation as internal range liquidity. So price swept liquidity, rebalance and holding balance at a specific pricing level. And that was it. Price just, it didn't wait anymore. And the volume I've been waiting for just kicked in. So I was not even on chart. But this is worth studying. And this is something I'm just saying to us that this is something I've been repeating back to back since last week. I've just been repeating the same thing. So this particular high that I wanted to see price take out, and you can see that high was taken out with force. All right. You can see that high was taken out with force. So now gold has created a new all-time high. All right. We might just see price again, give to us some kind of ranging or consolidation. Then price would, continue again. In fact, me, I still want to see price gold get to at least 5.3 or 5.4, if possible 5.5 before the end of this month. All right. So if it's possible, so if you look at what price has actually done, you will see that this thing is simple. We came from a 2 hour level. 30 minutes gave to us a break of structure to the upside. All right. We had an imbalance here that needs to be rebalanced. Inside of that imbalance, we have a bearish open close that has sponsored a sell move. Got disrespected to the upside. So price came to do what? Attack liquidity, rebalance and hold imbalance at a specific pricing level, and price continued to go to the upside. So if you study the entire price action here, you find something. You find advanced market structure. First breakout to the upside created internal range. Second breakout to the upside created external range liquidity. Look at this. So we have this external range liquidity, which was what price came to take out. So, but overall, so you can see what price did. So I want to move to the lower time frame, like 15 minutes, to see if there's anything that is beautiful that price gave to us. I want to see if okay there was nothing there, but let me move to the 45 minutes. I think so. On the 45 minutes, you'll find something. All right. The same thing we saw when I started explaining to us. You'll find something on the 45 minutes. One of the things you're actually going to find on the 45 minutes is this. So now you can put everything into one beautiful piece. All right. So you can see we have a lower low, we have a lower high, we have a lower low, we have a break of structure. All right. So now that we have a break of structure, right, we are still bullish, which means that the high of every bullish candle in a bullish market structure is an external liquidity. So external liquidity taking, we started to reverse. And you can see the next thing that price did. Look at where price came back to. So if you look at this, when you move to the line chart, you'll find a V-shaped key level also that sponsored a sell move. All right. The V-shaped key level sponsored a sell move from this point to this point. Got disrespected to the upside. And you can see where price came back to. This is not magic. Right? If you played it on the 45 minutes, this is the best way to have played it. But if you played it on the 30 minutes, the best way to have played it is to see price rebalance that holding balance at that specific pricing level that has an history, a level that was already respected or sponsored a sell or a buy move. That is something you really want to pay attention to. Okay, somebody said it sounds new to him. All right, so um, I already made a promise already, which is something I'm going to see through to it. All right, I already said that um, there are some basic videos already because the basic videos we have are too much. The geek is quite a lot. All right, so we have to find a way to make it very good for people. All right, so we're going to record new videos. All right, so but if you're um just start from the main course videos, watch the videos on market structure, the basic stuff, and I promise you, you're going to get acquainted with it. So this is a process that I've been repeating over and over and over and over and over and over again. All right. So there are two ways you would have played it on the 45 minutes. You can see price gave to us. If you look at what price gave to us on the 45 minutes there, you'll see that price came into the V-shaped key level right here. All right. This V-shaped key level that sponsored a sell that got disrespected. Price came into it. Then price gave to us a confirmation entry here. You can see the confirmation entry. We swept this 45 minutes low. 45 minutes high was still standing. Moved to the line chart. Price created a V-shaped key level before the impulsive move to the upside. And it was that impulsive move, that V-shaped key level that, imagine, price tapped into it, took out this high, rejected a bit. This next three candles just did the job. And you know one thing about confirmation entry, me, I like to put my stop loss not so far away, something like this. So imagine you are doing something like this. Let's make this 7 ounce. Okay, 7. And you can see just to this main eye, 1 to 4, one single candle would have given to you a 1 to 9. Then all the candles right there would have given to you a 1 to 14. And this is not something that is new. We have seen this happen with confirmation entry a lot. Most of the people that trade confirmation entry can actually attest to it, right? That the moment you are in alignment with structure, you can always find that price actually just moves so fast. Like price gives to you insane RR. Price like literally gives to you insane RR. All right. So that is that on gold. If we look at silver, all right. So you can see where silver is actually coming from. On the daily time frame, silver is coming from this particular level here. This bullish open close. Move on time frame lower to the 4 hours. Confirmation entry on UJ today, beautiful. See, I just like gold. I don't know why. I really love gold. Every day when I open the chart, the first thing I'm always looking at is gold. And when I see what I'm looking for, I promise you, and I'm being very honest with you guys. When I see what I'm looking for on gold, I don't even look at any other pair anymore. I don't look at anything anymore. I just wait for the entire criteria to be complete, and yeah. Somebody said confirmation entry on EU today. Jewel wants to ask a question. No problem. All right. So you can see this is a daily rejection. When you move to the line chart, you can see there's a 4 hour breakout already. So this is the only thing I'm just looking for. Daily is rejecting from a daily key level, which is a bullish open close. We came to the 4 hours. Now 4 hours has given to us a breakout to the upside. So let's look for entry opportunities. You can see the entry opportunity already on silver. All right. Siam. This is the high, the 2 hours high. This is the 2 hour low. So you can see what price did. Price swept. Oh my God. So price swept the 2 hour low. Price swept the 2 hour low, closed above the 2 hour high, still standing, which becomes our opposing liquidity. All right. We need to see silver create an all-time high. It needs to follow gold. It literally needs to. I just want it to follow gold. And you can see what price did when you move to the line chart. You can see how price created a V-shaped key level. So entry here, stop loss just below this low. If you're a very conservative person, you're right. You want to put your stop loss below that low. So stop loss below this particular low. All right, you can see just those move alone. 1 to 3. This is a 1 to 3. If price takes out this particular high to give to us a 1 to 4, then if price gets to this particular high, it's going to give to us a 1 to 7. All right, so you can see where silver is coming from. Daily rejecting a daily bullish open close. 4 hours give to us. You can see there's no break of structure on the 2 hours. But if you look at the 4 hours, you can see there's a breakout. We have a proper break of structure on the 4 hours. So when we move to the 1 hour, I want to see if we have another opportunity. So 1 hour also gave to us um, a confirmation entry opportunity right here. Look at this. I mean, it just literally gave to us a confirmation entry opportunity, and look at our price just continue to move. So, but there's something I'm looking for on the 30 minutes. I want to see if we can find it on the 30 minutes here. All right. So I think I found something that I'm looking for. So if you look at this, after we moved from this, all right, on the 1 hour and the 2 hours, price started to move. You can see that the 30 minutes has given to us the most recent breakout to the upside. So this particular candle was the candle that was responsible for the breakout. And when I'm talking about breakout could be weak to body, but overall, the volume is actually in the body. So we have a body to body breakout. So after the breakout, this candle moved to the upside. So you need to see this particular candle. We want to trace where this particular sell is coming from. All right. When we trace where that particular sell is coming from, let's link it to this. I'm going to link it to this V-shaped key level right here. All right. So there's a V-shaped key level right here that got disrespected by this particular candle. It was that same V-shaped key level that sponsored all of these sales right here. All right. Okay. So it didn't come back to that one. All right. So let's use this. So I'm going to use this A shape. So this A shape key level got disrespected. Price used it to sponsored sales, got disrespected to the upside. And you can see the next move, price tapped into it until we want to see this 2 hour high go. All right. We need to see that particular 2 hour high go. I want to move to the 15 minutes. All right. So on the 15 minutes, I mean, you can see, all right, you can see what price has already done. You see this. This is the level that sponsored all of these sales. It got disrespected. Now, pay attention to this particular candle. This was the candle that led to the breakout. This particular breakout here, this one, even though we had a breakout here, breaking above this particular level, all right, this was the candle that was responsible for it. Single candle formation as liquidity, and you can see what price came to do. You see what price came to do. Price came to rebalance and hold imbalance at a specific pricing level, and price started to move. So maybe the next thing I'm going to be considering is this A-shaped key level. I want to consider this level right here. All right. So this is a good spot to consider. V-shaped key level that sponsored buys from here to this point got disrespected. Sponsored sales again got disrespected. Now it is overlapping inside of an imbalance. There's every tendency that we might see silver come back to this particular level, and we want to see silver continue to rally to the upside until this high is taken. All right. Is it making sense? Yeah. Don't worry. Clinton Ollie, I will attend to you. All right. I don't know if DeFi Bishop is on this call. I want DeFi Bishop to help me. Is Marshmallow, you are confused and lost. When did you join? Some said he gave to us advanced market structure in the 1 hour. All right. Mm, type 1. Yes. Thank you, Jared. God bless you. All right. So let's look at the way look at it. Marshmallow, when did you join? I need feedback. I need feedback. Did they delete their chat? I can't see it anymore. All right. So let's continue. So if you look at this thing is here. I'm telling you that for the first time, I don't like doing all those things. My WhatsApp status, I use it to cruise a lot. All right, don't worry. You answer your question. All right, you answer your question. We have a lot of things to do. We have a lot of things to do on this week. All right, so okay, I joined December, no problem. You ask your question, Marshmallow. So uh, most of the guys, all right, for the first time, I was just cruising around my WhatsApp and I was just posting uh, the achievements of many people. And as I kept posting, many people, there are many people in this group that they are funded. All right, many people in the inner circle that they are funded. They just never posted it. They didn't even make a post about it. All right, and it's funny. So the same person where you they follow the catch cruise, don't they funded already? In fact, they even wait for payouts, but you no go know. You no go know say they wait for payouts, but you go they follow on the catch cruise. All right. So people they get unclear. So Uh, don't joke around though. All right. So if you look at this daily, all right, and one of the things I found because many of them, the moment they sent me their certificates passing, I mean, uh, there's one I've not even posted, but I'll post it. The same guy Mahmoud, who is in the group, on his funded account, 100K. The guy is currently holding a gold buy with a $65,000 profit running on his funded account. In fact, I had to tell him yesterday to close the trade. I mean, many prop firms, the moment you hold trades that long, I mean, doing 67% on your account is crazy. Many of them are not going to pay you. If it was something like FTMO, funded next, all those people, I'm sure that these guys are going to pay, right? But Blueberry, they will look for they will look for one fault. So I just told him. He said he wanted to hold it till the thing gets to 80K. All right. I had to tell him to close. All right. So if you look at what we did, all right, here, all right, on silver, it's a simple thought process. Price started to reject on the daily from here. Then on the 4 hours time frame, when you move to the line chart, you can see that there's a break of structure right here. All right. So we have a break of structure. So it means that daily is bullish because we are rejecting from a bullish open close. The 4 hours is also bullish. And the reason is, all right, 4 hours gives to us a break of structure to the upside, validating that 4 hours is in alignment with the daily. All right. So the next thing you can actually see that is happening here is that if we move to the 2 hours, you can see a confirmation entry from here. All right. But when you move to the 1 hour, just like some drew our attention to it, you find something very interesting. All right. So you can find something very interesting on the 1 hour. And what you will find that is very interesting here is that we had something like this: a lower low, a lower high, a lower low. We had a break of structure. So this was the candle that broke structure. So I want to open your eyes to two things. If you remember what I showed to us on gold that I've been using repeatedly since last week, this is the same thing that is actually unveiling here. So what are we putting together? You can see we are putting structure, key levels, fair value gap, all of these things. We're putting it together. We still have other things to go, but we want to make sure that it's a complete piece. So what did you notice? This is a V-shaped key level, all right, that got disrespected, sponsored a sell move, all the sell moves to this point. This was the candle that disrespected it. You can see what price did. All right. Entry here, stop loss maybe below this low. 1 to 3. All right. And you can see the delivery. So look at what price did. Came back to the V-shaped key level that already sponsored a sell move, got disrespected. And you can see the delivery from there. All right. So imagine somebody was taking this after the break of structure. So coming from a daily level, I mean, 1 hour is giving to us a break of structure, but because we are following what the 4 hours is doing, so we say that the first break of structure, all right. Okay, so we can either use the break of structure or let me use this one. I can use this one now. I can use this. We have higher low breakout, right? You can see this breakout. And after the breakout, the first breakout in advanced market structure type 1, the first breakout is what creates our internal liquidity. The second breakout is what creates our target. So I still want to, you can see how it is making sense for us. Now for silver, now we just don't want to see silver take out that 2 hour high. We also want to see 2 hour take out this particular high here, which is an external range liquidity. So why? First breakout to the upside created internal liquidity. That is the logic to advanced market structure, like we have taught. The first breakout creates internal liquidity, which is this. The second breakout creates our external liquidity, which becomes our ultimate target. So that becomes like primarily our target. So what that means for us is that you can see from here, now we now have a key level that is resting here. So what did we add to this? We added advanced market structure, liquidity, and key levels. All right. So what would we have done? All right. Entry at this V-shaped key level, stop loss just below this lower. That's the 1 to 3. So person will enter from here and person will take confirmation entry. All right. Confirmation entry would have just been around this area. All right. The confirmation entry would have just been around this area. Stop loss below this low. All right. Both of them will still be running 1 to 3. So whether you take whether you take the confirmation entry or you take this particular entry, direct entry from here, all right, both you and the person that took a confirmation entry, two of you will still be running 1 to 3. But ultimately, you know where you want to see price run to. I need to see that price is actually going to run to this high. All right. I also want to see price run to this particular high as well until silver creates an all-time high for us, just like gold has already done already. So because gold has created an all-time high, I might not be paying attention to it again throughout this week. I might just focus my attention on silver. All right. So you can see what price has already done on silver right here. Let me go through. I Edwin, I need explanation on confirmation entry. Don't worry, don't worry. You will get there. Take it one step at a time. You just joined today now. All right. So let's take some questions. Okay, somebody said trading priest. Can we look at VIX 25? You can look at it. All right. I would. Is DeFi Bishop here? Is he here? Is he on this call? I don't think he's on this call. So let's look at a few. Some people said we is with his babe. Okay, 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 no problem. He should enjoy. Man, we don't work must chop. Somebody said there's a 30 minutes confirmation entry on German 40. See, trading is sweet if you know what you are doing. Don't rush. No rush yourself, Baba. Just relax. Take your time. They enjoy this thing. They go. Just relax. They enjoy yourself. So I think somebody's seen a buying opportunity on German 40 from here. You can see a confirmation entry here. All right. This has not tapped. All right. But we need to trace where price is actually coming from first off. We need to know where price is coming from. All right. So we need to check from the daily down to the weekly. We need to check. We need to check from the daily to the weekly to know where price is coming from. So they said there's a UJ confirmation entry today as well. You just know what you are doing. I promise you, you no go get problem. So daily is coming from this. We rejected from this particular level. So you can see this was the candle that broke out. Then just before that candle that broke out, there's a V-shaped key level that got disrespected. So we have a rejection on the daily. We move on time frame lower to the 4 hours. So it clear. So you can see the 4 hours as given to us here. You not suppose hard make you the see am high, low, high. This was a breakout. So what did we have? All right, you can see that we have a body to body breakout right here. This was the candle that led to the body to body breakout. But if you notice, so daily was rejecting from a daily level. 4 hours gave to us a breakout to the downside. Simple, don't finish. You know they find anything again. I don't know what you define. See, it makes a whole lot of sense for us on UJ because this is a V-shaped key level that's sponsored by. So I like key levels that has sponsored a move already before. All right. So this V-shaped key level sponsored by is got disrespected. You can see how price came into it. So daily was rejecting a daily level. 4 hours gave to us a breakout to the downside. You can see this breakout. It's a body to body breakout. So I told you that I like levels that has an history, which means that I want to see levels that have been used before. So what did you find here? Bullish open close on the 4 hours that have sponsored a buy move. All of this buy move that you see on this single candle, the buy volume you see on this single candle came from this bullish open close. Got disrespected to the downside. That is where price came back to on the 4 hours. And look at the next thing that price did. Price just kept selling from there. So when we move to the 2 hours time frame, you can see it now. Una dey see am now. If we reach heaven, I go tell God, hey, I teach you now. I teach you. Now you no listen. Now you go dey find CRK. So higher high, higher low, higher high. We have a break of structure right here. All right. So you can see the break of structure. All right. This was the candle that broke structure. So you can see it's a body to body. If you use weak to body break of structure, is valid. If you use body to bodies to break of structure, it is also still valid. So you see simple thought process. All right. Now, what did you notice here? You can see that this buy move before the break of structure came from this particular bullish open close. This bullish open close on the 2 hours is consistent with that of the 4 hours. All right. So you can see this sponsor the buy move, got disrespected, sniper entry. All right. And the next thing you saw that price just kept doing is that price just kept selling to the downside. Let's come to the 1 hour time frame. Let's see if we had anything beautiful. So on the 1 hour, still the same thing. All right. So let's check 30 minutes. The people that said that they saw confirmation entry on USD today, I'm trying to find out where they found it. All right. So today's what? Today's today's
Today is Tuesday.
okay. Today's Tuesday. Makes sense. Makes sense. So Tuesday. I want to see Tuesday. What happened on Tuesday? Uh, okay, this is Tuesday. This is Tuesday. This is Tuesday. So where I see the confirmation entry? I mean, with this here. All
One
right.
hour,
Let me check.
1 hour, 1 hour.
Okay, 1 hour.
I think they are referring to where the cell starts from at the top.
Okay, this cell. Okay. Don't worry. No problem.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay. I'm trying to. Because I want to. I'm straining my eyes right now. So I don't know. So this right here was a good sell from that level. All right. I really cannot see the confirmation. Okay. If this is the confirmation entry you are referring to, all right, maybe this, but this is not the complete logic. We need to see the high taking, the low is still standing, and all of that. So,
The
but
beginning
let me
of the
look.
4 hour, sir.
1 hour,
Eh?
the
Wait,
beginning of the
on
The
that
cell.
beginning of that
one,
4 hour
can
at
you
the
hear
top,
me?
1 hour.
top.
Okay, one person now.
On
The
that
beginning of
H2,
that
I was
cell.
expecting the liquidity to be swept.
Okay, let's take it one person. The lady who is speaking. Okay, what were you saying?
It's Mama Becky. I was expecting
Okay,
the H2
Mama, wait first. How body?
body dey close to na your
How is?
princess one try last week, but God no
How?
gree.
Thank God. How is she doing?
She is better.
Please send my regards to her. All right,
Thank
send my
you.
regards to her. Yes. Okay, let's go. Let's go. So where?
Now, that breakout candle, I saw
Okay,
that a 2 hour candle closed inside of it. So I was expecting the price to take it out. You see that week?
okay.
Yeah, the week
This
above
week.
there. Yeah. Yes, I was expecting it to become like liquidity. Then
Okay.
this key level here that sponsor some sell overlapping
Yes.
with a small imbalance. This one here that had open
Okay.
close, then a key level that looks like a
This
QMR.
one.
Yeah, yes.
Okay. Okay.
I was sitting pretty in that place waiting, and the guy
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. I mean, this was a crazy miss. I mean, very funny miss. Imagine coming very close, only to watch price just drop. Man. Okay, let me see on the 1 hour time frame. Oh, okay. I think I now understand what people are referring to. Today is Tuesday, 27, right?
Yes, sir.
So the Tuesday 27 started from here, not this is sorry, I was paying attention to this one. All right. So I think I can see the confirmation entry that people were actually referring to. I can see this one, yes. Sweep of this low, the high was still standing, price came back. I mean, was a very short term trade. Very, very short term. But if you pay attention to what daily was actually doing, you can see that we already had a breakout to the downside. This particular candle broke out. So price came back to the daily level on the 4 hours time frame. We had a breakout already. All right. The same 4 hour bullish open close that sponsored the buy is the same 2 hour bullish open close that also sponsored those buys before the break of structure. So price came into this and started to sell. So on the 1 hour time frame, I'm not really so sure we had anything like a confirmation entry. On the 15 minutes, we didn't really have anything so juicy. Even on the, let me check 45 minutes. All right. Well, this guy just kept selling like that. I mean, he literally just kept selling like that. So the people who said, I think the people who said they saw a confirmation entry on it was maybe those who bought. All right. Okay, I was looking at the 8 week candle high below. Okay, yeah. Safot, can you talk more about this rejection? The rejection is confusing as fuck. Okay, on gold yesterday, price action that you said price is rejecting from the daily, but rejection is to the downside. All right, not upside. The rejection to the upside was very tiny. The rejection to the downside gave us sweep and break. Oh, okay. The rejection to the downside gave to us a sweep and a break to the downside. Lost is 1-1. Okay. It's simple now. All right. Okay. Let's look at it together. Let's see where the mistake came from. I told us that somebody should remind me when it's 10:45. So it was on a close. Oh.
It's 10:45.
Okay. They said the CE confirmation entry started from the top on the daily. All right. No, let's continue. I need to attend to a few people. All right. So now, if you look at this on the daily time frame, all right, you can see that daily yesterday was Monday. All right, one of the things you need to actually pay attention to is as much as, see, forget, especially for a pair like gold, weekly is bullish. The most, a commodity like, so if you look at gold, all right, it doesn't make any sense at all to take sales. All right. See, I know that it will show to you signs of sales, but I would rather sit out on those sales and wait for the buy to cook. Why? Weekly is still clearly bullish because the most recent breakout is still to the upside. All right. Weekly is still clearly bullish. And after the most recent breakout is to the upside, daily is literally not even rejecting from anywhere. This daily created an all-time high. Then it started to like reject, like literally rejecting from nowhere. All right. And you can see if the most recent breakout on the weekly is to the upside, and you can see that on the daily. Please, can you mute your mic? I keep muting this person. He keeps on muting. Come on, man. It's quite distracting. It causes someone to lose his train of thought. It's not fair now. I muted him. He unmuted himself again. Why? So on the weekly time frame, we are bullish. Most recent breakout is to the upside. The most recent breakout on the daily started from here. It's even still to the upside. Right? Even if we are going to see that we want to sell, all right, we want to at least even see that daily gives to us a breakout to the downside, not just a rejection. Because if you call daily giving to us a rejection, I mean, where is the rejection coming from? So when we move straight to the 4 hours, we know that um, any sell you are seeing on gold, see, it's just like this. Let me tell you. If you've paid attention to what I've been teaching on advanced market structure, I've always said it that, see, the reason why there's something called inefficient price action is because you will never expect price to continue to buy like this. If you see price keep buying like this, it's an inefficient price action. It's just as if you go to the market, all right, and the only people you meet in the market are buyers, and you too you want to buy, but there is no seller. That's an imbalance. It's an inefficient price action that needs to become efficient. So what that means is that you will see that as much as we have buyers, there has to be a room for sellers to come into the market. So sellers would come. So any sell you are seeing on gold is short term until weekly and daily gives to you at least a rejection and a breakout to the downside. If not, any sell you are taking is going to be very short term. So if you look at this, because there was a sell that happened on gold yesterday, like a confirmation entry sell on the 15 minutes, and it was very clear. And let me show you guys. You will see it clearly. This is where it started from. Look at this. Look at this. Sweep of the 15 minutes high, the 15 minutes low is still standing. All right. Price came to the A-shaped key level. All right. Broke, came back to this V-shaped key level that got disrespected. It kept giving multiple entry opportunities for the sales. Look at this. So we have a V-shaped key level that sponsored a buy, got disrespected. Look at this. All of the sales that happened here. But I have no business in the sales until I see that the buying opportunity is complete, right? Because weekly is still bullish, daily is still bullish. The only reason I'm going to consider taking a sell on gold is when I've seen that price has given to me at least a daily breakout to the downside. If not, I have no business selling gold. I have no business selling gold. Okay, some people have questions. All right, so let me take questions so if we can. I'm very tired. I'm not gonna lie to you. I've been up since like only God knows when. All right. So anybody wants to ask question? Let's take two questions and we are up for the night. And yeah, thank you for reminding me. Somebody said that you wanted to tell us why continuation entry fails and why it works. Yes, that is something we're going to do tomorrow. We're going to talk about it tomorrow. All right. Please, after this call, somebody should help me tag DeFi Bishop to tell those people that, give those people that just recently joined us the guideline where they should actually all start from. All right. Tag him on the group so that he will do that. So we have
He has
questions.
done
People are
that.
raising.
He has done that
Okay, he has
already.
done that.
He started
Thank
doing
you.
it in the afternoon. Yes.
Okay, thank you. Okay,
Okay, so I
so
have,
Abdul Fatai. Okay, Joel, go first.
okay. Good
Okay, go
evening,
ahead.
sir. Good
Good
evening, sir.
evening.
Uh,
Yes.
sir, I must say thank you very much for the 14th November video that you did. Share is last year. Uh,
Yeah.
the thing totally changed my game in trading. Uh, but sometimes when in that setup group, sometimes they do post setup that do contradict the video. Like you explain something now
Mm-hmm.
concerning the video indirectly. Like I'll use for example,
Yes.
GU or EU. The from weekly time frame, the from weekly time frame, GU broke structure to the upside recently. As of last week, that should be last week, broke structure. So normal, we are not supposed to be looking for buys. If you are buying improper what do you call it again? Improper,
Inefficient price action.
yeah, inefficient price action. You should be looking for, let me say, a small sale. Let me say like something like 3 RR. Then we continue our buy. But some people do post buy setup. I do wonder what's the problem? How? Um,
Okay. Hey, is that your question?
and you and like according to that USD JPY, it
Yes.
still broke structure to the downside. But you were analyzing sales setup.
Okay. Let me start with UJ, then move to GU. I will explain something to you. All right. So for example, on UJ, let me tell you something. So let me tell you something. All right. I get your plight. Absolutely. So this is what you need to see. All right. If we start from the weekly time frame, you can see from here, all right, that the first thing, the reason why many people look for sales is first the bias that is being built. All right. You can see that we took a weekly high right here. All right. So I'm
Yeah.
going to start with this. All right. Weekly high has been taken. Weekly low has also is still standing, which becomes our ultimate target. All right. So Joel, I'm doing this for you, so I need you to pay attention. All right.
Yeah.
So weekly high was taken, weekly low is still standing, but most importantly, you can see on the weekly time frame, we have a low, higher high, higher low. We have a higher high. We have a break of structure. All right. So which means that when we have swept this high, we have broken structure to the downside. All right. So which means weekly is bearish.
Yes.
So if weekly is bearish, it means that daily has to be in alignment with the bearishness. All right, before we can only look for selling opportunities. So everything you see that is right here is an inefficient price action because we only have selling sellers. That is on the daily is an inefficient price action. But
Yeah.
if you move to more lower time frames, all right, you will find as much as we have selling candles, they are also buying candles. That comes to
Yeah.
make the price action efficient. Now,
Yes.
you get to know that, for example, this sell momentum that happened here was what was responsible for this break. All right, we
Yeah.
broke structure on the daily, right? So now,
Yeah.
what you are expecting for us is that when you wanted us to see a buy opportunity, all right, which is a reversal, all right,
Yes.
the buy, right, the buy is actually a reversal. That is what you wanted to see. And don't forget, reversals are short term. I
Yeah.
don't know why anybody wants to be on the short hand side of the market or the short momentum side of the market. I'm not saying anybody cannot be there, but I'm saying I don't know why anybody wants to be there. Now, you see this single candle that you are seeing, all right? So I'm going to do something. I'm going to cut this daily candle away. I need you to pay attention to me a lot. So now, if you look at this, right? Weekly is bearish, daily is bearish because now we have broken structure to the downside. We have a V-shaped key level. So let's say we are coming into a new day. I want to look for only selling opportunities. Now, price could have just opened, you see where this candle closed. This
Yes.
particular candle closed here, right? This place was where this
Yeah.
particular candle closed.
Yes, I can see it.
All right, you can see that is where this particular candle closed. All right,
Yeah.
this was where this particular candle closed. All right, so knowing fully well that it closed right there, if price was never going to give to us a reversal, the next daily candle that would have opened would have just sold like that. But
Yeah.
for it to still, but it didn't sell like that. It still gave to us a reversal. All right, that is what I want you to see. It gave
Mm-hmm.
to us a reversal. What did it give to us in that reversal? Price sold, closed. The next candle that opened, it bought. That buy that even brought price to this particular V-shaped key level that got disrespected. That is a reversal. Then the
Yeah.
reversal was done the moment it got there and it continued to sell. So now I'll show you something. So price came into this V-shaped key level. So you can see this buy that happened here after this close of this particular candle, the open of this candle gives to us the buy reversal on the daily.
Yes.
And now let's look at it to a much lower time frame. Look at this. If you were looking for confirmation entry, look at this. All of these buys that you see on the 1 hour time frame, that is a short-term buy. All right.
Yes.
Oh, I have seen what Henry is talking about. The confirmation entry Henry was talking about. My eye just thank you, Joel. You were the one who made me see it clearly. So
Okay.
now, all of these buys that you see here, you see all of these buys were from Tuesday's candle. These
Yes.
buys that you see here are the reversal. Oh my God, this is amazing. Thank you. Now I see clearly. I see clearly. Thank you so much. So look at what price did here. All right. We came to this bearish open close that got disrespected. The price gave to us a confirmation entry. We swept this low. All right. The high was still standing. Now, all of this is just for the reversal.
Yes.
All of this buy reversal. So you can see this. Now, under the buy reversal, you can see that price gave to us a confirmation entry, created a V-shaped key level. All right. And you can see this here. Look at the buys from here,
Yes.
just from this confirmation entry. All right. I need you to follow me clearly. So look at this. Stop loss below this low. Into that daily level was a 1 to 6. Are you seeing
Yes.
that now?
Yes.
Then the moment price gave to us, came back to that particular daily level. For price to let us know that it was ready for a sell, it gave to us a confirmation entry again.
Yeah.
Swept this 1 hour high, 1 hour low is still standing. Price came to the V-shaped key level. And look at this. It continued its sales. I think that was the level that Henry was referring to. All right,
Yeah.
you can see this. So did you see the reversal that happened?
Yes.
Am I clear now? You
Yeah,
see
yeah,
that I don't have to look at GU now. Just with this one, I've answered your question.
yes,
All
yes.
right. And you can see that the reversal gave multiple opportunities. If you pay attention to what we teach on single candle formation, look at this. We have a most recent breakout to the upside. All right. We have a body to body break. This was the candle that was responsible for the break. Now that we have a break, I said that the high of every bullish candle is an external liquidity. The low is going to be an internal liquidity. All right.
Yeah.
So now, but let's pay attention. So after we took out the high price reverse, let's use the low of this reversal candle as our internal liquidity. So we swept internal, we swept external reverse, we swept internal, came back to a bullish open close right here. Stop loss maybe around this low, right? If you put your stop loss here, taking you out, stop loss around this area, maybe anywhere here, all right, and straight. So you can see that we had a reversal before the main expansion. So you were right with what you said, but you can
Yeah.
see that if you look deep down, you will see that there's always a reversal. And it was
Okay.
this reversal that made the price action efficient. This one,
Okay.
that was what made the price action. Are you clear now?
Yes, yes. Okay. Thank you very much, sir.
You're welcome. Next question, Abdul Fatai Olamileko.
Yeah, good evening, sir.
Good evening, brother.
Yeah, my own question is like, when 4 hours take out 4 hours low, like we already know that price is bullish from daily. Then, the 4 hours flip to the 4 hours low, but we can't find the key level where the 4 hours is rejecting from. Can
Which
we
one?
use that
Which
one?
one are you referring to?
That's AU. It happened on
EU,
yeah, AU today.
AU or EU?
AU, the USD.
AU the USD. Okay.
Yeah, we already know that price is bullish on daily. Then
Yes.
4 hours.
Mhm. So this is 4 hours. All right.
Yeah. So price gave that confirmation entry. Then
Okay.
the next candle swept the low of it, including the internal liquidity that it gave before. No, not that one, another one. Yeah. It swept the internal liquidity. No, not that liquidity. Yeah, exactly that one. So and then going to the 1 hour, it gave a confirmation entry. So, like my own question now is that are we supposed to wait after? Because I can't find the key level that price was getting from at that moment. So my own question is, are we supposed to wait for a breakout on 1 hour before taking the trade? Because it gave
Okay.
confirmation entry, but it later stopped me out.
Okay. Good. I'm going to say this. All right. Makes a whole lot of sense. Thank you.
Yes.
So there are times that on the 4 hours time frame, like something like this now, look at this. You can spot your liquidity level right here. Then you can spot a key level that price is actually rejecting from. Only for you to see that we have an imbalance here, right? So what that means for you is that there are two factors we are going to put into consideration when building this type of bias. When dealing with things like this, there are two factors you need to put into consideration. The first one is that the only thing you are just going to put into consideration is simple, that the market is looking for to do two things, which is to attack liquidity and to rebalance and hold imbalance at a specific pricing level. So we attack liquidity right here. We rebalance this hold imbalance. You can see that the reason why price stopped you out is that after we attack liquidity, all right. After we attack liquidity, we came to rebalance the balance. Are you seeing?
Yes. Sir.
You can see what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So price came to rebalance the old imbalance, all right? So there was no key level, right? Which is what you are right. But there are only two factors that was into play for AUD USD. Number one is the liquidity. Look at this. See the liquidity
Yeah.
right here. All right. So let's put it like this. Okay, let me just use this. Let me use this one as a first breakout. I want you to see what I'm doing. All right.
Yeah.
Let's consider this as our first breakout. So I'm moving to the line chart. You can see the breakout here, right? On
Yes.
the
Sir.
line chart. So we have the first breakout. Now, I've told you that the first breakout is what creates your internal liquidity, all right?
Yeah.
Then the second breakout is what creates your external liquidity. So internal liquidity was created. Second breakout has happened now. So we have the second breakout here that has happened, which is what created our internal liquidity, right?
Exactly.
Somebody's mic is muted. What's happening? So look at what price did. All right. First breakout created internal, second breakout created external liquidity, which is a primary target. All right. Now look at what price did. Came to sweep liquidity, rebalance and hold imbalance. All right. You can see there's no key level here. It just swept liquidity, rebalance and hold imbalance. And then it gave, the next thing we want to pay attention to is the price action. How the price action delivered is the most important thing for us. So look at this now. First breakout, internal, second breakout, external liquidity. So price came for internal. We want to see price go for the external. But before then, we are paying attention to the structural formation that happened here. All right. So we have a lower low, lower high, a lower low. We have a break of structure. Like I said, pay attention to the candle that broke structure. All right. Then what happened before that candle? So what did you notice here? We have an A-shaped key level right here. All right. Uh, it didn't tap into it. All right. It looks like a level that sponsored a sell, but it didn't tap into it. Got disrespected. Then price came back to that same level, and that was what gave to us all of those buys. So if we move to the 30 minutes, now what I'm trying to make you see is I'm trying to make you see where what price actually came to do. After this first breakout, it created internal liquidity. There was an imbalance here that price came to actually rebalance. So I'm helping you to see what price did in the lens of advanced market structure type 1. Is this guy still with me?
Yes, I'm with you. But what I'm trying to say is that go to
Yes.
4 hours. Go
Okay.
to can you switch to 4 hours? Yeah, like that bearish candle. You check it, like it swept the internal liquidity, not this
Okay.
bullish one. Because it was that bullish one that stopped me out. The last bearish candle before that movement took out the liquidity. So I used that one as the former liquidity.
This, right?
Yeah, exactly. Like took a formation entry.
Okay.
Do you get the point?
Yes. So look at what price. This was what happened. All right. So I will help you see it clearly. All right. So price took out a 4-hour low. All right. Now, after price took out a 4-hour low, we need to see a breakout to the upside. Even if at all you are going to trade anything on the 1 hour, you need to wait for a breakout. Are you getting me now? Because your bias is coming from the 4 hour. Who's that? Please, can you mute your mic? So we swept a 4-hour low. All right. You can see that we swept a 4-hour low. Now, this alone self is not something you want to really engage in because it's not really like a very complete logic. Both the high and the low has been swept. All right. So I think price came to sweep the high first, then went straight to the low. The moment price swept the high, all right. Let's move to the 1 hour. I want to see something. All right. So price swept this high. Let's move to the 30 minutes. That is a 4-hour high. Okay. I think okay, this was a candle that swept. Okay. Okay, swept the high right here. Then it gave to us breakout to the downside, and price came to sweep the particular low before it continued to move to the upside. So you will see that on the 30 minutes there was a minor breakout to the downside. We didn't have it on the 4 hour, on the 1 hour, but there was a minor breakout. So now this is something you don't want to really engage yourself in. You need, when it comes to applying the logic, right? Whether you are building bias on the daily or the 4 hours, it has to be crystal clear. If price sweeps a high, you need to be sure that the low is still standing. The moment the high and the low has been taken, you have to wait at least for a 1 hour breakout to the upside, especially when you know that you want to see that price is actually going to move in your intended direction. You have to wait. So, but this type of one now, the high and the low has been taken. On the 1 hour time frame, there was no breakout to the upside. All right, you can see this. This was so there was we would have been expecting price to give to us this a breakout to the upside. All right, before you even think of engaging to the engaging the buys. But 1 hour did not give to us the breakout to the upside. All right, because of the kind of price action that 4 hours printed. So, but I'm still going to bring you back to the fact that you need to see this from the lens of advanced market structure type 1. Right? If you see it from that lens, you understand what really, really happened. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
All right. So let's take one more question, and that will be all for the night, so that we can all go and prepare for Mr. Collins. Unmute your mic, and please just keep it straight to the point.
Okay, sir.
Good evening. Please be audible.
Okay, sir. Good evening.
Yeah. Good evening, brother.
So I have a question on building bias.
Okay, go ahead. What's your question?
My question is, when daily or just daily and I get a 4-hour break of structure,
Yes.
a single candle formation is formed. Do I still have to switch to 1 hour?
What did you say?
I said, can you hear me now?
Yes.
I said, when I'm building bias from daily,
Yes.
when just daily, and I get 4-hour break of structure, and a single candle formation is formed,
Yes.
do I have to still switch to 1 hour?
Yes. You can switch to 1 hour depending on what you are looking for when it comes to entries.
Okay.
Yes, you can switch to 1 hour.
Okay.
Yeah,
Can I
but yeah.
to 4 hour if I want to?
Can you what?
Like, can I stick to 4-hour time frame without switching to 1 hour?
It's possible you can. It's possible you can, but one of the things you would do, one of the things that the only disadvantage, the advantage of it is that you will be on the right side of the market most of the time. But the disadvantage is that you are going to miss a lot of moves, because if daily is rejecting daily and 4 hours has given to you a break of structure or a breakout, the primary purpose of the 4 hours is to confirm daily bias. All right. Whilst the 4 hours has given to you a breakout, 1 hour would have been given to you a proper setup. All right. Now, the proper setup that is coming on 1 hour, the moment it begins to rally, it will be inside a 4-hour candle. So you might not be able to get in on that particular trade, but you will find out that your bias is always very right. This is what I'm saying. I want to show you an example.
Yes, sir.
Now, imagine after this breakout right here. Imagine this breakout on the 4 hours, all right? After this particular breakout, right? And let's say you are just waiting for price to come even lower, all right?
Yes.
Now, imagine you're waiting for price to actually come lower, only for your price. I mean, all these candles that are printed, price just left you and just kept going to the upside. But when you move to the 1 hour time frame, you find something very interesting around that area, all right? 4 hour gave to us a breakout. But on the 1 hour time frame, before the rally that happened on the 1 hour, you can already find something like 1 hour already gave to us a breakout. We have an A-shaped key level that sponsored a sell, got disrespected, overlapping inside of an imbalance. All right, you already have a setup on the 1 hour already. But if you are waiting for 4 hours, 4 hours go don't go already. But you need the 1 hour as well. Right? You need 1 hour to be able to see the kind of setup that is being printed for you. All right, and let it be a setup that's something that you have actually engaged over time. Do you understand?
Yeah, yes, I do. I do very, very well. I do. Thank you very much.
Okay, no problem. Yes, those who have reminded me, I would drop everything for us. So we're going to see tomorrow night. We're going to continue from where we stopped. We're going to talk about. Um, we're going to take a few minutes to talk about why continuation entries fail, why continuation setups fail, and why it works. Or let's just say why it fails. All right, why it fails, what makes it fail, what is the logic behind it failing. That is something we actually want to consider. And yeah, I'm going to share myself and FZ. We were looking at something together. It's a YouTube channel. I'm going to share it to us. Anybody who wants to go through it can go through it in its free and its spare time. All right. Let's all have a wonderful night rest. Good night, everybody. God bless you.